I think about a lady named Rita from Costa Rica who I just heard about that, she's a street vendor and her whole business relies on people walking up to her food cart and buying food, and that's how she feeds her family. And for the time being, that's not even an option. And so she knew that she could bring her kids to our Hope Bunker in Costa Rica, get a meal, get discipleship curriculum, have our team pray with them, and then they'd be able to go home and her kids would be safe and would be fed. And so that's really how our team is able to continue to serve despite this pandemic and despite some of the fear and uncertainty. We're able to provide hope in the midst of all that. Orphan's Promise is a global nonprofit, and our mission is to take kids from at-risk to thriving. We work in about 68 countries with more than 300 projects. We cover 6 areas: education, nutrition, discipleship, family care, anti-trafficking, and community transformation. And really what we want to do is see kids from hard backgrounds find loving places where they can grow and thrive. This coronavirus pandemic has been really interesting for us. It's obviously a global issue. We feel it locally. Our whole team is working remote right now, but when we take a look at what's happening around the world, the needs don't go away just because everybody's getting sick. In fact, in many of the communities where we work, the needs are even greater because the needs were there beforehand, and now parents have even less of an opportunity to go to work. A lot of the parents that we work with are street vendors. They have small businesses of their own, and so a lot of those things have been really impacted by the social distancing and the quarantines. And so we've had to, just like everybody else, we've had to find ways to adapt what we do. We've worked with our partners very closely to figure out how they're going to address the needs. A lot of those things are, for us, creating to-go meals where that maybe the kids were coming to get meals at our facilities before, sending home curriculum if they were getting an education from us, and just checking on the families, making sure they know that they're not alone throughout this whole process, that they've got someone that they can count on to pray with them, to pray for them, to feed their kids. As we begin to kind of come out of this coronavirus epidemic, it's important for us to realize that people who were hurting before are probably hurting worse now. And so my hope is that people will, wake up and realize that it's important for us to be good neighbors to those around us, both here in the United States, but especially around the world. I'm Drew Friedrich, and I'm the Director of Marketing at Orphan's Promise.